And we're back.
I can never see myself because what happens is when you press the record button, it brings a banner up across the top saying this meeting is being recorded and it covers my whole face. And I'm like, I don't know if you can
Oh,
see
mine's
me.
set on a different view for you then. So I'm not set on the gallery view for you.
Your big screen bottom and I'm on top of you.
Oh, so obviously, yeah, I've got it side by side, so it never kind of comes
But it
up.
might be because I've got you on a minimized screen. Hang on. There we go. I've put it on full screen and now I'm in the top corner and you're full
Oh,
page.
hi. So Jodie is meant to have Wi-Fi,
No,
but
this is my new apartment.
it's
Jazzy
just a
wallpaper.
small lag. I always feel like a bit of a lag kicks up as soon as we press record, but there's
Yeah, I
a bit of
don't
a lag.
know.
So but hopefully next week, not so much because you'll have your Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, and I've got the gigafast super. So if it is lagging, it's not my Wi-Fi.
So there was just the PCA Naturals this weekend
Naturals.
on. That was it. But well done to everyone that competed.
Congratulations.
So we may as well just get stuck straight into it.
Let's. Did Harry have a good birthday?
Oh my God, yeah, he had the best birthday. He had his most favorite people over, and that's all he'd ever want. So
It.
he was
I
very
was. I
happy.
was like, it's my 40th this year, and I don't even think my birthday is going to be as good as his.
We've done the whole Harry Potter thing before, and I had some leftover stuff, and then I just went on
Mm.
Temu and just got like a load more. But the video that got me the most was just the fact, as soon as I put his glasses on him, he was just quite happy, just walking around with glasses on. They weren't tied to him. All he had to do was like drop his head, and they would just fall off. But he was
He
just
is a
walking around
legend.
with glasses on. And the fact I got him a Hagrid cake, I literally had to message someone on Etsy that made dog birthday cakes, and I was like, right, this is going to be a weird one, but bear with me. Can I have this style cake, but for my dog, please? But she was
I
all
love
for
that.
it. She was a legend. So yeah, went all in. Go big or go
We
home.
love. We love a custom. So I
Uh,
will say my finding of the week has been that bodysuits are the most impractical suggestion for training in the world. I bought one and that's my first and last. I
I mean,
don't
they're impractical for
serious question to
everything.
the girls that have like more than one bodysuit. Like, do you not have bladders or like because for me, I needed to pee an inconvenient amount of times in the gym yesterday. I was super hydrated, and the amount of times I had to get inappropriately naked in the gym to make that happen was a bit uncomfortable and annoying.
I had one bodysuit once, and being the structure that I am, I just had the most horrendous camel toe. So I was like, well, I'm never leaving the house with that on. And then but I think was I gifted it or something? But yeah, I was like, well, I'm never leaving the house with that on. And then obviously, yeah, I wee like every 20 minutes. I don't know how I make it through this podcast. So yeah,
Do
I
all
can't
right.
for that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I always look at girls wearing bodysuits and I am like, they look incredible. I put it on and I felt like a high school wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say like, I feel a bit like Lord Farquaad in his little like I'm just really short and I've got like a big bottom to me.
Basically, if anyone sees me wearing it again in the gym, it's because times were hard on the washing side of things and I had
Nothing
nothing
else to
else to wear.
wear. I think I would make it a rest day before I wore a bodysuit in the gym and change things around. I would train in joggers in this heat than wear a bodysuit.
Look, the only reason that I wear like jumpsuits and stuff on a night out, I don't even really wear them on a night out anymore because I know that if I do it on a night out,
Yeah.
I need assistance getting back into it because I'm normally too drunk to be able to do my zip up at the.
No. Luckily, they
So it
just
has to be a pull up.
whatever I wear, they don't suit my frame anyway. So whether I like them or not, they wouldn't suit me. So, but yeah, I mean, the girls that do wear them, I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear them and they've always looked amazing. So I'm in awe of them, but I could not wear one myself. Even
You
the
wouldn't you wouldn't be in awe of me. Maybe I'll wear it to
I saw
the
your
po
post and you did look good.
I all you had to do was chuck some of those like ear things on and I would have looked ready for a high school wrestling match. Like
We'll bring
I
them
mean
to
I
the
didn't
seminar.
hate it, but I might wear it to the seminar. Very impractical. It will stop me from going for a pee.
Uh, so we had, I think we just didn't have someone in train. We didn't have anyone in train, but otherwise we had someone in every class.
I would love, I can understand why we very rarely
Oh, yeah,
see
in naturals,
trained
yeah.
athletes in naturals, but I would love to see a trained bikini natural freak.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, just
think that would be a sight
too
to see.
trained. Yeah. You
Like
would
proper trained.
take over the whole show.
Yeah. So if you're out there, we want to see it.
So Fit Model, we finally have people in Fit Model. I say finally, obviously, we
Yeah,
have been having people
they're
in Fit
getting
Model.
busier.
They are
And
getting
what
busier, especially
I do
because
wonder if people have been waiting to see what is being awarded. And now we're getting to the later shows, they're coming out,
we've got a bit of a break
maybe.
now anyway, haven't we? So it's
Mm.
one, two, three. Oh my
Welsh
God.
is next, isn't it?
4 week. Oh, it's 4 weeks without a PCA show, but we do have a
We've
couple
got
two
two
bros
bros
shows.
next week, isn't it?
Yeah, then a week without, no, 2 weeks without, and then two bros again.
Hmm.
So busy, busy. But yes, so we had three
Bit
lovely girls in Fit Model, and the winner was, who would you pronounce? Latoya? Latoya.
Latoya. Hmm.
Yeah.
I would
So we
say Latoya.
had Latoya as the winner.
Now
So I was
I will apologise, ladies, as usual. I haven't done any of my homework up. So I this is live reactions.
I think it's live reaction for both of us. So
But what I will say is I think that posing wise, I would say that it's not bad by the I don't think this is bad posing. I know that there was a comment there and I'm like it's not that bad. I think what I would say in terms of improvements is think about what you're trying to showcase to the judges in a sense of controlling your movements a little better. So we want to think about how do I explain it? Keeping everything as smooth as possible so that we don't get any shake in the physique. Now, sometimes you can just get shake from the physique because you've slammed your feet on the floor or you're just moving a bit quick. It doesn't necessarily mean that, oh my God, there's loads of body fat there. Like if you were shredded and you weren't controlling how you were moving, you see the same stuff. But the more you can think about keeping the muscle pushed against the skin at all times and keeping that control there, the less of that you're going to get, which is going to complete the image that you're trying to show the judges, especially when you do have categories like fit model where you are carrying slightly higher body fat percentage than you would in other categories. You still want to make sure that you look firm and you look tight. So being on the ball in terms of controlling, like stepping to the back, for example, that slightly heavy landing of the second foot caused a bit of ripple. Removing that would just make that look
hmm.
even better. But I think ratios wise, she's got really nice ratios, nice tight waist. We've got that figure eight shape, the hourglass shape, without anything looking over dominant, which I think is fitting of fit model. Nice X frame, S curve in the side poses, and I like the bikini color choice as well. But yeah, I would just say the key thing that stands out to me is just being mindful of posing and thinking about what you're trying to show when you're doing it.
Yeah, I think she just shows like there's some nerves there. So if it's her first time on stage, so nerves are definitely always going to make you shake a lot more, you land heavier, you move quicker. One of the biggest tips I ever learned for myself, because obviously I used to be a vibrating mess on stage,
Oh,
was
me too. I've been there.
well, how do you pump up? And it's not to say that she is pumped up like this, but this is a really good tip for anyone backstage. If you are getting nervous, we tend to pump up a lot quicker. We tend to breathe
Yes.
quicker. We tend to be like, remember, this isn't a training session. Like pumping up is literally just pushing things into your muscles. So biggest tip is your breathing when you pump up. Like keep everything really slow. If you can be
Yes.
pumping up your delts, your glutes, and thinking that you're breathing in and out, and then just manifesting or visualizing yourself on that stage,
Yeah.
visualize your eye walk. Where am I walking? What am I doing? And stay grounded with things. I promise you that will be a night and day difference for
Agree.
what you present on the stage because that
Yeah.
again is something that is something I've had to work a lot on myself from being someone that has been vibrating and thinking, oh my God, and just that loop of I'm getting on stage, I'm getting on stage, I'm getting on stage, to then being like, what am I doing on stage? And
Yeah.
how am I going to pose? Where have I got to go? And actually proactively thinking about my actions on stage rather than the thought process of being on stage. And it's not to say
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
doing this, but the way she's shaking is just making me remember how I used to be on stage because I was very shaky, I was very
Yeah.
heavy. And like I said, I agree, like the posing isn't bad. I just think she needs to just slow, think about what she's doing. Again, this is perfectly normal if this is the first time or you just get nervous, but it's also something that will absolutely come with the more you believe in
Yes.
yourself, you slow things down, the confidence. And then the one thing I would say is like, I know some people do posing with their hands above, but I'd say until you control it so it's smoother, I always say to everyone, keep hands below belly button height, because that way it's
Mhm.
going to look a lot smoother and keep your hands as close as you can to your body. Because the more out they
Yeah.
are and the more up they are, the more wild they are. But if you keep everything
Mhm.
close and you flow through your fingers and not your arms, it just looks a bit more controlled.
Yeah, I think bikini girls back in the day used to have the reputation for being flappy birds, didn't we?
But the
Everything
windscreen
was kind of
wipers.
I think it's improved a lot over the years, but I agree with you. Like I think that um I'm not a high hand mover. You will see me do
I've
it every
tried
now and
it.
again. I think it's when the energy takes me, I do some weird stuff that I haven't practiced and it just takes over. But generally speaking, I describe my posing as little black dress with accessories in a
Oh, I
sense
like
of
that
like
analogy. Yeah.
I keep everything minimalistic, but I
Yeah.
jazz it up with the energy that I bring rather than what I'm doing. And I think that a lot of it is just finding a posing style that suits you and not trying to fit yourself into a style that isn't doesn't match with you. Like, if I was picking clothes, I wouldn't really wear floral. It's not really my vibe. It's the same with posing. Like, I wouldn't do the high stroke kind of stuff. And I love it on the right person, but it doesn't match me, so I don't do it. One thing I did just want to say to Latoya though is that one thing I really like about her physique is that it's very uh what's the word I want to use? Like there's good skin texture in a sense of like everything looks like it wraps around the muscle really nicely. Do you know what I mean? Like it
The
doesn't
skin
look like there's
tone.
loads of loose skin
Yeah.
or anything like that. Everything just kind of wraps around the physique really nicely, which you don't see all that often.
Mhm.
Um, Especially at this condition level, you might see more, I guess, pockets of body fat, particularly in the lower, because obviously that level of condition hasn't needed to be pushed for as extreme. But everything just looks firm
Hmm. Yeah.
and sitting nicely.
So well done to all three girls. Then we had wellness, and the overall winner. So we had three girls in wellness, and it was Olivia who took the win and the overall win.
Congratulations.
Huge
That's
well
some
done.
muscle there. Muscle there on a natural I mean, it's a good amount of muscle for any
Yeah.
any physique, but for natural, and like you say it a lot all the time, like having true wellness density um as a natural is difficult. You've got to have a genetic predisposition to be able to build in that way and the work ethic to make it happen. So I think this is just reflective of that. If I was going to give any particular critique, I would say that sharper condition would favor the look more, particularly for PCA where they love that. Like they like you to go a little bit deeper into
Mm.
those condition lines, and you can afford to do that, and you've got the muscle to do it. Like there's no question in my mind. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, she could really do with more muscle. Like I think there's enough muscle there. But yeah, a bit more condition.
Yeah.
I always, whether it's condition or not, I'm not sure, but sharper definition lines would certainly favor the look better.
I'm just in awe because she is just like, even like the upper body as well. I really like, because I think so many people think wellness is just about the lower. And like, you
Mhm.
need to still have muscle on your upper. It just needs
Mhm.
to be unbalanced to the lower.
Yes.
But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean to say you just have like these arms and then you just have slightly bigger legs than like your smaller arms. Like to have the muscle she has, and she controls her waist quite nicely as well because it's not
Hmm.
stereotyped. Because we've said about it before, even with bikini, but
Yeah.
normally with wellness, they can have a little bit of a thicker waist.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I think like that muscle is there, and then it's just like just pulling in so we can see some lines. I
Hmm.
mean, I think she entered this show early, so I think there's definitely more to come. So it'd be
Sure.
really interesting to see. I'm assuming the next one is the whale show. I keep looking up because that's where my calendar is with all the dates. So I'm assuming the next one will be the whale show. So it'll be really interesting to then see what she brings. She's got 5 more weeks, and a lot can be done in 5 weeks. But yeah, I just
Mhm.
think like just we say it before with wellness, you have the structure or you don't, and like just you don't. If anyone says what's wellness, you're just going to be like this.
Yeah, definitely. No, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
Um, there's not a single part of me that looks at her and thinks she doesn't belong in that category. So,
yeah. And then we had the junior bikini. So there was a few in the junior. So is it four, five, one, two, three, four, five,
uh,
six?
six.
Six girls in the juniors. And then we had Megan as the winner. So I always love a black bikini. So
Black is a color I've never worn.
I don't know
I've
whether
worn a lot of
I
colors, not black.
I don't see you in a black though. I do
I'm a
see you
bright
more
color girl.
vibrant because also because you've worn like yellow before, haven't you? And like
Mm.
orange and stuff. So
Yes.
I think if a client came to me and said, I'm going to wear yellow, I'd be like, oh, love of God, please don't. But you are like that. Like I feel like there's only a few people that can really pull off a black, and I would like to put myself
Mm.
in that category.
Oh, I associate you with black.
That
I
black
think
is my heart and soul.
the other person I really associate with black is Anya
Yeah,
Lindbergh.
yeah. And I think yeah,
Um,
I see that. And then
mm.
obviously when I think of like bright color, I'd like, yeah. And then I do think if anyone said to me yellow, I'd be like, not a chance in hell. But when I see you in yellow, I'm like, that's you. I don't think I've known anyone else that could pull that off.
Do you
So
know what I think though? I think that, and this is maybe, it's hard if you're a first timer, right? But I know when I tan, I always go really dark, right? It doesn't matter who does my tan, it takes on me really dark. So if I had a black bikini on a dark tan, it
yeah.
just wouldn't work. Like I'm not going to say made the mistake because I don't regret the bikini. Like I still to this day love that look and I won in this bikini, but I had a deep red bikini once that had like black crystals in it. Like the bikini itself was like red base, but it was red, black, and gold.
Hmm.
But when the pictures came back, it almost looked like I was naked because the bikini tone looked almost the same as my tan.
Yeah.
And so I think that when you do your stage tan, it doesn't go absurdly dark and you're more on the lighter end. Darker colors can actually work quite well because it's contrast to the
Hmm.
tan. But I'd say if you typically tan dark, brighter colors will probably
Yeah.
favor you better.
You've got to
But
have that contrast. And it's like, even though I do think wellness girls pull it off more, you for a bikini girl, if you are blonde and you choose a red, selectively choose your red. Like have a
yes,
bright red because otherwise you've got too much warm. If you have a warm red and your hair is a warm blonde, then it's going to blend against the warm orange tan. So when people always say, what color bikini should I wear? Firstly, what color makes you feel good? That's the big
agree.
thing. And then the second thing is then just know like the hair, the skin tone, everything. Like I know without a tan, I am out basically albino. I'm more transparent than the wall. So I need those layers. So I know that I can have those darker colors and they work better on me.
Yeah.
And then like you said, so it is find a color that makes you feel good first and foremost, and then knowing just a little bit about PCA again doesn't matter, but if you're going like to an NPC, a broad show, understand what the backdrop might be, and then how what your hair color is, and then what's going to pop the
Yeah.
best, and then
I
make you
think
feel.
that's my best tip for first timers because I get it a lot. Like I coach a lot of first timers. And they always worry about what color they should wear based on like their hair color and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, like for your first show, just wear a color that you feel good in, like either your favorite color or your favorite color to
You wear on
wear.
a
Do you know
night
what I
out.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like something that's going to make you feel good because you're going to project your best self if you feel good about what you wear. Like, if you feel no kind of way about blue, but you wear blue because you heard that girls with black hair look best in blue, but you don't like blue, you're going to spend the whole time second guessing yourself because you're not going to feel good about what you're wearing. So
Mm.
I think for the first show, don't overthink it and just go with something that you feel good about. The only limitation I would say is if you're doing NPC, because they have their five standard favorite colors for the amateurs, which are red, green, blue, purple, and pink. Anything outside of that, you've got to be exceptional to be able to pull it off, in my
But if you
opinion,
wear
and still
pink,
do well.
ideally with dark hair, because they're still a little bit funny with pink and blondes. So it's just those weird things like blonde hair, fake boobs, pink bikini isn't quite as serious. Like black is still a stigma color in the NPC, but I like to break the mold and wear whatever the fuck I want, and I accept the consequences to my actions.
No, but it's like with me, wore my hair in dreads
Yeah.
last year. We know they're not gonna like that. Probably why I came last in my class. But I don't care.
I think I'm also, this goes as well, like with your, so I'm one of the, so I do curl my hair
Mm,
loosely, but a lot of people have it straight. Again, there's no right or wrong, like what makes you feel good. Like if I was going on a night out, I would curl my hair. So that's
mm.
why I tend to have it curly. But I'm probably one of the 1% of bikini girls, especially doing pro qualifiers, that doesn't wear earrings.
Do you not? I've never noticed that.
I think don't notice.
I mean, you can't see them
Everybody,
any like I don't know why I bother wearing earrings because I can't ever see it past my hair.
and the amount of girls, again, when it comes to posing, we've gone completely off tangent. But with the amount of girls that go that when they're posing and they do like NPC posing and they do a hair flick, never in my life will I do that because I will fuck it up. So I like this is
Yeah,
where
I don't in my NPC
yeah,
posing either. I just leave it on my back.
come into posing and doing just because all the pros do a flick, show their back, wiggle their shoulder. Like I don't do that because that's not me. I will do it wrong. I won't make it look good. So no, there's the standard posing, but then also pose what you're comfortable with. So just because everyone else is wearing earrings, flicking their hair, showing off their back, and then flicking it back, I'm not getting my ears pierced for it because I just generally couldn't really care less. My hair always covers it anyway. I've got a really tiny head and a tiny neck, so I'd have to wear really tiny earrings. So
Tiny head.
it's a little pea head. So it is so irrelevant for such these small details. And I don't, that's not
Mhm.
something I'll be more likely to be penalized for my psoriasis than I will for not wearing earrings on stage.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah,
But
those
anyway,
make
back to Megan. We are so sorry that we just
but
completely. I mean, there's been
loads
lots
of
of video
airtime.
time. We've got to watch you a good few times whilst we've been chatting crap. But really, really nice look. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the performance is confident. It's clean. Like it gives professional is what I would
Mm,
say. Like it looks like you know what you're doing and it's enjoyable to watch. I echo what Georgia said. Like I like the black bikini on you. I feel like it matches your demeanor, which is a bit more demure.
yeah.
Kind, it's not overstated. It's just classic, classy. I'm here. Look at me. I'm here to do a job. No fuss, no frills. It is what it is. And you can see the shapes are there. Like if I was going to be critical, I'd just say again, a bit more condition would be favourable for what PCA typically like, particularly through the glutes and hamstrings. But the shape is there, the muscle fullness is there. Um, it pops in all the right areas. So I
Yeah.
think it's a solid bikini look.
Yeah, I think it's really nice. Like every move, you can tell you've practiced your posing because every
Mhm.
move has purpose. You're
Yes.
keeping your head up, you're smiling, you hold your poses for a couple seconds. Your transitions flow really nicely. You've got nice soft hands, so it's very fluent and it's very purposeful. I agree with you possibly a little bit. Obviously, with juniors, you can get away with being like a little bit softer. But I would
Yeah.
say like we can see the structure is there. And being a junior as well and having this shape be very exciting over the years. Hopefully, there's some longevity for you in this to keep building on that muscle because, again, we build more shoulders, lats. Well, glutes still look great, but just building that bikini frame on what you've got is really, really exciting because you've already got the presentation and a lovely look.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a really nice look to bring to the stage.
Yeah, congrats. Well deserved.
And then we have the Masters 35 plus, Diana. I like how we're both quiet because we both haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
we haven't looked at
We've
this,
got
but the
we've
first thing
got
that
to look
stands out to me is how tight that midsection is.
midsection. Yeah. I think
Like,
it's a
wow.
nice balance between lean and fullness.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think like it's the thing that stands out to me in presentation at the moment is it's a little less organized than if we compare to say Megan. So I feel like um there could be some work done here to be more confident in the quarter turns and exactly what you're showing to the judges. Like, I don't know how the comparison rounds went. Obviously, we're just judging this based on what the eye walk was. And obviously, in the eye walk, you can be a little bit more free flowing and there isn't a set format. It's however you want to do it. But yeah, I think particularly for the eye walk as well, you want to make sure you've got those solid poses nailed because that's going to be your pictures, and we all want to look nice for our stage pictures, right? But I think in terms of balance of muscle condition, it's appropriate for where the level of the physique that we've got here. But more muscle will just help exaggerate the X frame that you can see is already there structurally.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's what it is in the transition because the poses are lovely. I'd say in the front and back pose to have the hands lower. But it's the transitions. I would just say instead of them just kind of moving here, just keep them low and allow your arms to just move and like always keep below waist height and keep
Mm-hmm.
them close to your body. And that will just help control those transitions in between your poses.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I agree, like the physique itself, like nice structure, nice balance. I think if you got any leaner, you could maybe get a bit leaner because you are masters, but you don't want to borderline getting like small because again,
Yeah.
there's
You
you
look
can't build
stringy
what
if you
you
push
don't
it too
have.
much.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think there's scope for building muscle, but what you've got here is really, really nice. We can see some delts,
Mm.
midsection's tight, we can see those glutes there. So
Yeah.
yeah, literally just pull in on the posing to like and
Yeah.
keep
Just
it
make it more structured, I think is
bullish.
probably the best way that I would describe it. But I think the way I imagine it is that I feel like the level of condition is nice, but if there was more muscle pushing against the skin with this level of condition, then it would be more favorable.
Hmm. Nice confident walk though, walking forwards.
Mm,
I do
I
like
need
the
that in my life.
presentation she's got is very confident. So I really like that. And then we have it'd be the 45 plus next, wouldn't it? So
Mhm.
are we here? Yeah, Alexandra for the 45 plus. Oh, I love a
Yeah,
pink.
again, if we do you know what? Like, again, I've worn pink, but not baby pink.
No.
And I really like it. It's just not my vibe. Do you know what I mean? But I love it on other people. Like, I love pastels on
Hmm.
people that can pull it off. Like, I don't know if you remember, like a few years ago, like pastel lilac was like in, like everyone was wearing it. I haven't seen it for years though. People don't seem to lean towards that anymore. But I think that this is what I was talking about with the contrast between a dark tan
Hmm.
and a bright bikini and what impact that can have because it's the first thing you look at. Like when Alexandra stood at the back and you can't really see her, you can just see the dark tan and the bikini, and it's like an opener to a movie. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow, bam, there it is. Now what does she look like? And then she comes to the front and it completes the look. A lot of muscle here.
Hmm.
And I think
Very,
as well,
very
like
dense with the muscle.
dense muscle, good balance in a sense of like I touched on before, like there's a nice smoothness to the skin wrapping around the muscle. Don't see excess amounts of loose skin or body fat deposits, and that will favor you, like we spoke about before, like it's not about saying if you have those things that you can't compete, but it is about saying if you don't, that will probably favor you more. And I think this is a good example of that, that you can't see a lot of those things in this physique, which you would probably typically expect to see in masters categories, a bit of loose skin, but I'm not seeing any of that here.
Yeah.
So a lot of muscle, good balance of condition to
Especially
muscle,
when
and
you bear in mind, like Alexandra's 45 plus
mm,
masters, and she has this much naturals. Sorry, I took that
mm,
45 plus masters naturals, and she has this much muscle. Like that's really impressive.
is.
Um, so I think as well, people get put off. And again, I wouldn't normally, if someone said to me, "Oh, I'm going to get a pastel pink bikini," because if you get too light under the light, it gets washed out. So it's not the fact it's bad, it's the fact it can just look white rather than the color you want it to look. So I think in some of the lighting, this could look a lot lighter. I'd be intrigued to know like what her stage, because at the back it looks a lot pinker than when she comes forward.
Yeah.
But you know, like the PCA backdrop is not grey. So is there like a thing there? I would try and
Mm,
start searching, but I'd be there for ages to then try and find out. But again, her bikini might actually be a little bit darker than what the lighting is giving.
mhm.
Or bear in mind, if you go for a pastel color, that it might come out a bit whiter, no
White.
matter the
Yeah.
color, because of the lighting. So
I
bear,
think as well, it will depend on your bikini crystal choices as well. Like
oh
if you
yeah,
have
just
lots of
base color
white crystal in your
or light.
pastel bikini, you want to basically have some more pink
Mm,
in there so that it reflects back the
yeah.
color that you want. If you want it to look more icy, then more white tones are gonna favor you.
I went through quite a few years of wearing really light blue, and then the crystals would just be slightly different.
Mm,
Even though the base of the light blue, like turquoisey, aqua blue, was always the same, different crystals made it look darker, or like nearly at one point, one designer did, Sammy was like, oh, it will be nearly white on stage. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I don't want that. But you see the bottom and you don't really think how much the crystals do make that impact. So, but
genuinely, I've got a bikini from when I won my overall at Midlands in 2022, and the base is orange, but the whole bikini is covered in white. And everyone thought from looking at the pictures that it was gold, and it wasn't. It
yeah,
was orange. But obviously the white, it was meant to look like that. That wasn't a mistake, but it was largely white crystals with like hues of orange
mm,
through it.
yeah.
So when I posted the video of it, when I did the reveal, everyone was mad confused. They were like, that doesn't even look like the bikini that that we saw. But obviously the more white that's in
Yeah.
it, the more that's going to reflect.
But yeah, otherwise, like I said, 45 plus naturals,
Mad. Yeah.
there isn't much else to say. All I would say actually is I want you to smile more, because if
More
you're
confidence.
bringing that physique to the stage, if I can look like you at 45, I'll be fucking beaming. Well, you might even be 47, 50. We don't know. You're 45 plus, but you've got some solid muscle and you look great.
Yeah.
So I want you to
Yeah.
smile.
Absolutely. And
Own
Georgia
it.
loves to smile.
Love a smile. Because I spent so long not smiling on stage that I know it matters. And then we have our bikini short, and we see Ray again, and she
We've seen Ray before.
took the win for this class.
Congratulations on your second win. She's cleaning up at the moment. Love to see it. I mean, I'm not sure if we can say more complimentary things than we did last week, because I think we said about all the complimentary things that we could say. But by the way, noticed we saw that you tweaked that shoulder in your back pose. So well done with that, because it makes a massive difference. Now you look level across your top line.
Yeah. And
So
that's
much better.
she really appreciated us saying that. And like I remember she was like tagging us in the posing practice that she was doing. So I love this. Like you're taking on board like some feedback that's positive, but she's just
Mhm.
gone, I don't know why it seemed into her feet,
I
but
don't know.
she's just gone, do you know what? She's got the best attitude of an athlete that's going to go far, because she is just soaking up everything, enjoying the process, doing the work. So yeah, it's really, I just love the attitude that Ray has had ever since that last show.
And I feel like her confidence has come out a bit more. Like I feel like the first performance was giving professional but restrained.
Yeah.
This one, you can see a little bit more of the personality come through, like in the walk forward and certain hair flicks, and
Yeah.
like that touch there on the legs. Like it looks a bit more like she's giving herself a bit of freedom to express,
Yeah.
which normally comes with having a little bit more confidence. So,
And that's literally it. And I think the thing is, obviously, she got a good result last week. So that is going to give you confidence. But whatever your result, like get on stage, if you felt nervous, and the next time you get on stage, if you know you've done the posing, you've done the work, whatever, results aside, give yourself permission to enjoy it, to
mhm.
bring that confidence, to be that person. If you're looking at all the other girls and think, how, like, why are they posing like this? Why can't I do that? Why can't you, like, bring that energy to the stage? Because the placings aside, you're not controlling who else turns up. So, Ray could do another show and someone else could be bigger, whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
But no matter where she places, she still deserves to bring that energy because you've done a bloody prep. You haven't done all those hours on the
Yeah.
Stairmaster to not bring yourself that energy and that fun time on the stage.
Get
Um, so
get up
yeah,
there, get up there to perform, not to
yeah,
compete. Yeah. You want to go up there with that energy of you're gonna like me, not I
yeah.
hope you like me.
You will see
And it
me.
draws a different type of attention to you in a
Mm,
positive way.
yeah, definitely. And then we have Ladies Bikini Tall and we have Sylvia.
That's
And
a
I
physique with impact.
immediately noticed there's some muscle there and condition there.
Yeah, like that front pose, like as soon as Sylvia hit it, I was like, geez, that's condition, density, and shape. Um, and I think that she knows that in a sense. You can see that she's showing off her physique with confidence, giving it the looks at herself, like drawing that attention. Like I say this to people all the time. I'm like, you know, you can communicate silently with people in a sense of if you want to draw attention down towards your glutes, a little glance down at your glutes is going to make people go, what's she looking at? But it's confident, but it's not over the top, and I like that. Um, it's just very eye-catching. Like when someone has a thing and you can't necessarily explain what it is.
I think
I
it's
feel like she has this.
the energy that she is bringing.
Mhm,
It's that energy that she's giving confidence in herself, so you get confidence in her. Um,
mhm,
I think the only thing I would say is because she's got that energy, is then to polish the routine up a little bit more with her just hitting the angles a little bit better, knowing what she's doing and like the transitions, committing to them a bit more. So just fine tuning little things like when you move your hair, do it with a transition, like add the flow to the confidence that you're bringing. So it's all
yes.
kind of then elevating the whole presentation even more.
I, I I just really like it as a as a bikini look. Like I find it hard to fault if I'm honest. Like I said, I think a lot of it that's going to take it up a level is, like you say, presentation stuff. Just
Yeah,
being more confident in
like
what it
this
is that
bit,
you're trying to show.
yeah, like that bit there, just getting into so that transition could have been from her side to into her back pose could have been a little bit smoother. I feel like the glute shot could have been angled a little bit better because she does look so good.
Hmm.
But so just those little bits that bring the routine together to make it
Hmm.
look even more presented with her amazing shapes. Because yeah, I wouldn't say she needs to do too much else because we can see in her back shot the glutes are actually starting to dip a little bit where she's got like condition there. So I wouldn't say she
Hmm.
actually needs to change anything else. I'd just say bring that posing routine like together a bit more, but keep
Yeah.
that energy that you've got with it, and then it'll
Hmm.
really pop.
It's all there.
Yeah,
It's all
definitely.
there. Just we can all always be better. Do you
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean?
How long have
So
we been doing it? And we still constantly can pull us like look at our posing.
I keep saying to my clients, if it was an overnight thing, we wouldn't be doing it 10 years later.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We either would have retired because we would have just not
But
been
they
good enough or because we made it.
like Olympians and stuff, they're still getting posing help and support from like their coaches or other people or whatever. Like if you the day you think you know everything is the day you know nothing. So
Agree.
it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing, especially with physique development. If you're constantly improving your physique, you then need to keep knowing how you're going to pose that. I pose
Yeah.
different now to obviously because the standards have improved, but to when I first started. But as I keep building muscle, I'm going to be able to keep tweaking my posing. So,
Mhm. Yeah, no, I agree completely. But yeah,
so,
good show.
yeah.
We love it. We love it.
So as normal, I was going to round off then, but I lost my words. As normal, like, share,
Like, subscribe, all of
that's
that.
and there is the Two Bros Essex show next weekend.
Mhm.
So we'll do our best with that one. If
I
anyone's
don't
going
think the
to be
coverage will be
there,
as good as it was for the last one.
no. If anyone is going to be there and wants to take some coverage for us, that would be great. But
And if
otherwise, we will do our best.
and if you've got a physique you would like us to critique,
Yeah. Or physique
yes,
reviews, or maybe we could do a question box. I think we still
we
had some
could.
questions from last time. We'll figure something
Yeah.
out. So we'll still be here next week. Just bear with us with what we end
Tune
up putting
in.
together. Right, like, share, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Much love, guys.
Bye.